TV. All right, so we are live after 9, after 10, right? So, I would like to welcome everyone to the line. And I'm in Pittsburgh tonight, away from my family. And so, that's the best time to brainstorm, right? When you don't have the kids around. And I just wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit as a team because we have some big things coming up. And I'm super excited. I know it's late, so I appreciate y'all for hopping on tonight. Um, so first off, I want to talk about big events or just events in general. We have, I know tonight in Houston there was the weekly meeting, and we had a weekly meeting in New Orleans, but we have weekly meetings on different days all over the country. Actually, we have weekly meetings happening in London, and as we grow in other countries, we'll start to see these meetings grow from monthly to weekly. Because when I first got started with Vacation, it was actually every month, like once a month. Um, but then it's the momentum, right? So I'm excited because Brandon, you have attended quite a few of our weekly meetings, and I know it's just one of those things for me. I remember when I went to my very first meeting as an executive with Paycation, and Mr. Johnny Williams said, "LaVonda, if you want to rank up, you need to go around the people that are being successful. You need to get around these folks." And, Brandon, uh, mute. So, anyways, I'm trying to see if I'm getting feedback. Can y'all hear that? Okay, it's gone. Sorry about that. So, anyways, Mr. Johnny Williams, our regional diamond, he said, "LaVonda, get to these meetings. Sometimes the meeting need you more than you need the meeting." So had no idea what that meant. So I remember going to my very first meeting in Houston. There were about, I would say maybe 40 people there in a hotel setting, and we had some diamonds here. We had Mr. David Manning, the CEO and founder of Vacation. We had Mr. Jonathan Green, who's now a national diamond, and at that time he was an executive diamond. And then we just had different leaders from all over the place. People drove in from San Antonio and Austin and Dallas just to be at our meeting. And I was like, this must be a big deal. Then they started doing the recognition. And I remember I was an executive. And so as an executive, the company just asks you to raise your hand or, stand up to be acknowledged. And as a regional, the same thing. Then those national executives get to the front of the room and they get a chance to, introduce themselves, tell their name and their background. I'm like, oh, I need to be a national executive. So the next week, I was a national executive. I don't know why that mattered, but I just feel like I have a story that would inspire others. And I know how powerful it is for people to see and hear you and to know. And so people remembered me raising my hand as an executive. And the next week, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to be up there with the executives and with the nationals. And it was funny because it was a super Saturday that we had. And then the following week, we had the weekly meeting. And so I will let you guys know that it is so important to be there. And then you get a chance to talk to other people at these meetings. When you invite guests, you don't have to do any talking. The leaders do all the talking for you. And so the diamonds get up there, they talk about travel, they talk about the compensation plan. And so now your guests, who could be your family and your friends, they hear the information from someone other than you. And they sign up on the spot. I can't tell you how many guests that I've had come to these weekly meetings and sign up on the spot. they're excited and they're ready to get started, and it just makes sense. And so, Brandon, why don't you share with us your first experience at one of the weekly meetings? Oh yeah, Justin Beasley, Chad Thompson, Ray Arnold. So I'm gonna tell you what I like best about the meetings. Um, I like the fact that Brandon have swag now in this business. I mean, I remember when this dude was just super duper shy. And so if you can agree with me, which I already know you will, is that these meetings offer the training that people are looking for. What I can say is that a lot of people that are talking to me, I've been in the business since December 1st, 2014. So almost 8 months, right? And people don't realize that I'm on all the calls. I don't care who's hosting a call. If there's something going on with vacation, I'm on it. Because like he said, you'll pick something up. And then, it'll help you because if you plan on becoming a leader, you're going to talk on these phone calls. You're going to, be in the front of the room and speak. You're going to travel and you're going to be a featured speaker on these webinars. And so you learn the terminology, and I'm brand new in network marketing. And so, I mean, they've told me I advanced pretty quick as a newbie. For me, I know it's because of the training, and I'm learning from everybody else. And I like when you said that, Brendan, that you hear it different ways, because there are some things that some leaders may say or some energy that they may give. Some are more serious. Some may be a little goofy like me. Some may have that sharp, like, listen, this is what it is, like straight to the point. Some have that nurturing, I'm a teacher, I just, I want to help everyone. And so there's some leader that you will relate to more, or you may like their approach more. But how do you learn that if you're not coming to the events? But at the same time, you're going to want your guests, or your guests, they'll sign up with you, right? Then you're going to want them to come to the events and bring their guests, because that's work we don't have to do. Like, I'm way in Pittsburgh tonight, and I had 3 guests there in a Houston meeting tonight. I'm chilling in Pittsburgh, you know? And so it helps because we're not in business by ourselves. And so those meetings are very helpful. And again, it's where we get our training. And at the end of the meetings, we do get training. We kick the guests out, and then it's just us one-on-one. We ask questions. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen in their training afterward, okay? People ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. We find out what books to read. We find out how to market on social media. We find out what other resources are available to us online. There's so many things that's available to us. And then, Gina's on here, and she's one of our newest business partners, less than 2 weeks old, and she came by way of a travel party. So, Gina, I'm throwing you out there. Why don't you tell everyone, your experience at being at the travel party that was hosted by Brandon?
Well, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So I did come by a travel party. I saw the flyer. I was like, let me just check this out. I'm always talking about traveling. I don't know why. I'm always going places in my head that I feel like I'm never going to go, but in my mind, I'm going to get there one day. So I was like, let me just go see what it's about. And as I'm sitting there, I'm just listening, and I'm hearing you get paid for travel. I'm hearing you can share with other people. They make money because you have to travel with somebody. So, so I'm like, it was just a great experience for me, and I don't know. I just feel like it just made sense to me, so I just did it. I didn't second guess it. I just did it because I do overanalyze a lot, but this just made perfect sense. So now I'm in it, and I'm just trying to learn everything I can. So I will be at the next Tuesday meeting. So I try not. I actually do be on all the calls as well, listening to different people. So I am learning.
I love to hear that. And Gina is actually a testament for me, right? Because I'm always on social media. And y'all know how people are. They're going to tell you, like, when you start being all about your business and you're proud of advancing and you're proud of helping people change their life and their bank accounts, they're going to tell you things like, okay, LaVonda, get over it. You're posting way too much about this vacation. Like, yeah, you saying that, but my posts get me paid, right? And so, thankfully, that you, along with many others, Gina, actually came out because of one of my Facebook posts. And you, along with another lady that day that partnered, I didn't meet until we met in person. And so, because you share that testimony, you know that posting on Facebook work.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very effective. And that's actually how I've been able to do what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm in Pittsburgh, but I'm working a business, right? I'll record YouTube videos like in my hotel room, in the airport, wherever I have time and internet capability, I record a video. And people are watching, even if they're saying something negative, they're watching, okay? If they're saying something positive, they're watching. If they're not saying anything at all, they're still watching. I had people that partnered with me after several months and said, LaVonda, I've been watching you for 3 and 4 months. And I'm saying that to all of you to say, don't stop what you're doing. I know that it's natural for us to second guess ourselves, and we get discouraged by negativity, but it's going to happen. And guess who's going to happen from? Our closest family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm reading this book, and I've probably read 6 books since I started with vacation or more. I have to go through my library now. But your first year in network marketing is a must. Um, and it's a lot of stuff to read, but it's an interesting read because it's educating us and preparing us. And you know, people can't tell me nothing about vacation because I've never missed a check in this company, but they still reject me, right? And I know that there's the number one income earner that his monthly check before anything clear is $30,000. He's maxed out the matrix and he's earning, over 25,000. That's a guaranteed 55,000. And people reject him. Like his checks are clearing people. So with that being said, I don't focus on convincing people or trying to sell them, invite them to these events. That's proof to them. Other people are involved. It's real. We are all real people. And in those meetings, you actually meet doctors, lawyers, business owners, um, teachers, everyday labor workers, mail carriers, stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, people that own a lawn service, people that's on disability, people that's been laid off their jobs. It's like so many people, all walks of life. And it's always somebody you can relate to. Six-figure income salary, realtors, teen moms. It's just, I can't even tell you enough about these events that are happening weekly. And also, this weekend, Saturday, actually, August 1st, there's the Avengers meeting, flight school. They call it flight school. It seemed like we're going to get our pilot license because that's what I thought at first. So, this event, I will never, if God is willing, ever miss a flight school. Um, I went to flight school in February, and I became a international executive a few weeks after flight school. Everyone testimony, and when I became an international executive, the next time I saw some of the same people that were national executives, international executives, they're now diamonds. Regional executives, they're now diamonds. Executives, they're diamonds, they're internationals. So when you go to these meetings, people rank up. It's like I could never tell you guys the experience. You have to go and experience it. And so with that being said, um, every time I've gone to Atlanta for vacation, I've flown. This time I am taking a road trip because I feel like I need to do whatever it takes to get as many people as I can to Atlanta. We all don't have disposable funds just to hop on a flight. I mean, we can share hotel rooms, we can share meals. I just want as many people as possible to go. That's our opportunity to bond with the diamonds. They see you, they're going to help you. I remember walking across the stage to get my trophy as a national executive, and I told them, I was like, oh, I'm a future diamond. Y'all better remember me. And so when I ranked up to international executive, a lot of those diamonds were reaching out. They're like, we remember you from flight school. And I love it because it's like a family, and no one is too big to help you. There's people in this business earning $30,000 and $40,000, and that's just residually. We're not talking about all the extra weekly money that we earn. When our team is working, and so no one is too big to help. That's what I love. Chad Thompson, when he was here in Houston, he reached out to a lot of our team. Anybody that went up to him, he talked to him. And this is one of the youngest diamonds, and he's an international diamond, and he made that happen in just a few months. International diamond, that's a lot of money, okay? And he's not even 30. And so anyways, that's what I want to talk to y'all about the big events and the travel parties. We need to create a culture in Houston We are a baby opportunity. Vacation is so new to so many people. They don't really know who we are, our value, but it's our time to create a culture. And in some other cities, that culture is already there. People can tell if you're a part of vacation or not in Atlanta because Atlanta have the highest influence. That's where most of the top income earners reside. And then you have the West Coast. Mr. David McCovey, that dude came on board and he's almost an international diamond and he's just been with Vacation, I think, since February. But he's well known in the industry and he got Las Vegas sold up in California. I mean, that whole West Coast. And I'm like, we are in position to do that for Texas. And all these leaders are coming to Houston and Dallas. They love us, but y'all, they want our market. They want the market. And the best way that that will happen for anyone is to create a culture. So we're going to start having Vacation free meet and greet events at in Midtown. Free food, okay, free buffet. You know people come out for free food. At Club Indigo. It is a very, 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 very nice venue. The owner, he's a part of Vacation, and he's like, listen, I want to be a part of the movement, and he really liked what we're doing. Our team is one of the fastest growing teams in Houston, in the Houston area, and I was like, well, let's do it. So I already know it's going to happen. You know, we're going to invite people out, and we collectively, I don't like to make decisions without y'all. As you can tell, that's why I keep doing these hangouts, because we're all a team, you know. And we can figure out how we're going to structure it. I know that there are other companies out there that host socials, and they designate maybe 30 minutes of the beginning to give company information, and then everybody just lose their mind, eat, drink, party, and have a good time. You know, and that's the lifestyle. So when we're posting those pictures on Facebook, when we're posting, you know, people holding up travel certificates, and then they're coming out and they're eating their free food, and we got a nice DJ, and it's a nice setting, it's a professional environment. It's going to be inviting to a lot of folks, and it's in a diverse market in Midtown, and so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited. Y'all can't tell. So what do y'all think about that? I'm gonna put myself on mute and let y'all just talk a little bit.
Mhm. I totally agree with Brandon.
That's it.
I know. I'm new at this. But no, I do agree with him. When people see you having fun, they want to join in. So, and yeah. So,
That's
I
true.
agree.
And then we also can take dinner cruises out of Galveston. We're so fortunate to be in Houston because we're close to a lot of things. And through my event planning company, we have a private party buses. And so I know that for sure we can host a few, lifestyle promotions, on the bus where it's just exclusive for, vacation travel agents. And we go to a few venues, people looking at us like, wait a minute, who are y'all with? Oh, yeah, vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on that. Just that momentum, and we got to have travel parties happening like every weekend. We've been really relaxed, and I noticed that the markets that grow fast, that's what they're doing. And this is a great platform for that. There's three of us on this panel, but you can have like private events and a video hangout. You can have 10 people on at once, and that's perfect for an online travel party. And we will host it much like we would in person. Actually, I'm hosting one for a lady that I don't know. Met her on Facebook. How about that? And she's gonna host a travel party online with her family and friends. And we're gonna start it off. Let everyone introduce themselves, tell their name, their background, and what they love most about travel. I'm just throwing that out there for online. And then, as you guys saw the other night, I could share my screen. And so I can go through the PowerPoint presentation just by sharing my screen on Google, right? And then afterward, I'm going to ask every last one of them what did they like best about the information they heard. And guess what? Just for hopping on online, just like we do in person, they're going to still get the travel certificate. Our travel certificates have a website and a code, so they don't have to have that physical paper, even though we can email it to them if they would like for us to. And there's just, oh my God, I love it. It's so many different things that we can do with technology. Travel party is also anytime you're presenting the information. So party is kind of um, I can't think now. It's almost midnight. Um, Deceiving, right? Because people think party. They're looking for balloons. They're looking for food. They're looking for drinks. And I often refer to them as travel party info sessions, simply because we're giving them information about the travel industry. I don't feed people or give them drinks, and y'all both know that.
Mm-hmm.
And we did see that people signed up, right? And they leave on time because they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? And they know they're not going to eat there. So it's very effective. I will tell you that the parties that had food and drinks, there were not any signups. Brandon, you were at one of those parties. People were focused on if the margarita machine and reloaded, and you know they don't really care about what you're talking about. They want to know, they're ready to fix their next plate. So it's very distracting and not productive, right, Brandon? Yeah. And so y'all know our mamas raised us well. It's uncomfortable inviting people to your home and not feeding them and giving them something to drink. That's uncomfortable for us. So, if you just have that itch, have some ice, plastic cups, and water. Okay, that's acceptable. But honestly, that helps the speaker too get through it. I don't keep people for a very long time, and 90 minutes is plenty of time to get the information out, to bond and move on. What I will say is that calling them travel info sessions, that works for me too. Um, People still come. They know they're being rewarded the certificate, and a lot of times people are showing up just for the certificate, but then they end up hearing great information and sign up. So that's one thing that I love about hosting the travel parties, or the travel info session, just whatever is comfortable for you. I will tell you that one thing that I myself have to do better at is what the industry call BAM FAM. Uh, and that's when you book a meeting from a meeting. And one thing that I didn't have at the last travel party, and my apologies, Brandon, but you did see it at a couple others, is a sheet that people will give you their name, their email, their phone number, and then they let you know if they're interested in hosting a travel party, if they're interested in the business, or if they're just interested in booking travel with you. Those are three great follow-ups. So they will tell you something. Listen, I love the information I heard. I'll come to you when I'm ready to book a trip, you know. And then if you're sending out emails or text messages as an additional way to communicate with folks, then you have their information to plug into that communication. Um, and if they're booking a meeting from a meeting, we should offer them an additional incentive, right? So if they're getting a 2-night hotel stay and round trip airfare for two, you book a meeting from a meeting. Hold firm to that date and that time, and I'll give you an additional 4-day, 3-night getaway. You know, and so they're like, okay, great. They give you a date, they give you a time, and remember, our travel info sessions and travel parties don't have to be in their living room. A lot of our old school network marketers, they will say they have to be, but a lot of us younger folk know that they do not have to be in a living room. This is very effective what we're doing right now. People are bonding with you. They see you. They're like, oh, okay, Gina. Oh, look, she's nice. Um, and it's effective. People get to be interactive with you and ask questions. Um, so yeah, booking a meeting from a meeting is huge. Also, reading this your first year network marketing. Oh my God, I'm not even through the first chapter yet, and I'm learning a lot. And so now we're gonna start having weekly training because people need that hands-on. They need to see it, and that training can be by way of Google Hangout. But I know we have some baby boomers that are not comfortable with the computer technology, and so they do better with in-person training. But I believe that if we get in the habit of recruiting people today on Tuesday, and then we're having a training for 90 minutes every Saturday or every Sunday, then now people know that, listen, when you sign up, we have a training. It's going to help you get started. And it's not just training for building. It would also be for travel as well, because a lot of us are working all sides of the business. And so we're definitely going to start doing that weekly. I think that will be very beneficial, and then it will help, like yourself, Gina. When you're new, you're like, I'm indulging in everything, but we also need to give you support in person. And now you can build and not have to feel like you have to be an expert, right? Because now
Mm-hmm.
you have the support of others, and same for all of us. And we can take turns hosting these trainings. And so if we're traveling or you're on family vacation, you won't feel that, man, I've recruited 8 people. Oh wait, I recruited 18 people. You know what I'm saying? Today. And you see, I had to change those words. 8 wasn't big enough. Recruit 18 people, but I'm not going to be in town. Now they have to wait 2 weeks to get trained. But if we collectively as a team say, no, we're training every Saturday, it's happening, whether everyone is here or not, then guess what? We're going to build a solid foundation. No, this is not formal.
Mhm.
Awesome. And then we can have the Google Hangout set up so people can view remotely because we have a team that's growing all over the country and outside of the country. And a lot of those folks are, reaching out for assistance. So, y'all have any questions for me?
Not at this time.
Um, oh, I do. Okay, so there are some of us that do a million gazillion things, right? I did not fall off the bed, by the way. I was picking something up. Uh, so there are some folks that are working multiple network marketing opportunities, like Mary Kay or Total Life Changes or Unique. We have uh, those are ones that I could think of off the top of my head that I know for sure in our immediate organization. But there are a ton of others. Oh, and It Works Wraps, right? Um, those businesses make sense to partner with us in travel because you know people want to lose weight to look cute in their bikinis before they go out of town, right? And so if you're going to help folks lose weight for their vacation, you might as well get paid for it, right? And then also, what else do we have? Mary Kay, same thing, makeup. You know how ladies, how we are, or we're going to a place with very dry air. You want to make sure your skin is moisturized, and you know, so that's a make sense business for travel. What I will say is that I would not advise introducing vacation during one of those type of events. It is very confusing to the people that come for either market that you're in. So if you invited ladies to come out and get pampered for skincare, and then you throw out, okay, now let's talk about travel industry, and then they're confused. They're like, wait, am I supposed to be buying makeup or booking a vacation? Now, it's nothing wrong with doing both, but when hosting an event, I would cater that event to that one particular thing, right? Or booking a meeting from a meeting. So at the end, let them know that, listen, guys, I also own this business because we know we have to have multiple streams of income,
Mhm.
and let them know that, listen, you go to my website and that's just word of the wise. I've also attended some events where there was actually a lady. She was in the eyelash, the Unique. I know they do makeup, all kinds of stuff. Total Life Changes and vacation. So she was having a makeup travel tea party, and I'm just gonna leave that right there. So that's just a word, from the wise. But yeah, anyways, that's all I had. Oh, and then I'll tell y'all comfortable already doing these hangouts. So what happens is when you host a Google Hangout live on air, it automatically recorded as a YouTube video. So then you can share that YouTube video, for the people that missed it. That's why I didn't mind doing this late at night because I know they'll watch it tomorrow sometime. And then also your video testimonies. So yeah, yesterday I had a weird experience in the airport. But it could have ended up real ugly had I not been reading all these personal development books, and learning how to fight negativity with positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a better Lavonda now, and there's an even better Lavonda on the way. But when you share those things in videos, people are tuning in. Right, Brandon? Talk about your video that you were super scared to post and just did it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and y'all know social media is all about pictures and videos. And so what happens if we're only posting pictures of beaches, we're only posting pictures about the business, they're like, okay, well what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
who are you? If you like me, like I was very selective on the people that I accepted as my friends on Facebook. Now I pretty much accept anybody. Now they do violate and get deleted and blocked after the fact, but they do. Everybody's getting a fair chance, and that works to our favor. And so when they see videos and they can see your progression, so 20 videos from now, Brandon, they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, that's the same dude that And then they see that you're a real person, and people identify with you. I will tell y'all that. I've had so many strangers that I did not know partner with me in vacation from following my videos and my posts. So when I'm posting that stuff, it is real, strategic, okay? And it's a lot of times it's from things that I'm reading and the personal development. And it's things that more people are okay with posting BS on Facebook.
Mhm.
People fighting, people cursing somebody out, just, you know, stuff that, nonsense. Um, so don't get discouraged when you have way more views than you have likes, because at the end of the day, they are still watching. They're still watching. And a couple months ago, I had a really good friend of mine reach out to me in my inbox, and he was like, "Wanda, I'm really thinking about partnering with you, but I'm just worried that I might lose some friends if I start posting this kind of stuff on my Facebook." I'm like, "Posting what kind of stuff? Like positive, like stuff that you're doing better, that you're earning a residual income for your family, that you're poised for growth that you could never be poised for in your current condition." Like, I don't understand, because those kind of friends, if I lose them, they weren't my friends, and I don't need them on my journey to get where I'm going, you know. So what do y'all think about that?
I agree. I'm like that to some degree because it's like all those people I invited to my lunch call, I have not heard from hardly any of them. However, I know they're watching, and that's fine. It just motivates me to do what I need to do. So I'm not discouraged by it. I'm just like, whatever. They'll figure it out when they see me in the skies.
And to your point on that, stay positive and keep inviting them, because everybody don't think like you and I, Gina. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for me, I partnered with somebody I didn't even know, and it just made sense. It was only $149.95. I thought the price was gonna change. I thought it was too good to be true. I did my due diligence. In all of 30 minutes, I found out it was a legitimate company. It was a legitimate business. I paid and I was done. Okay. Some people need to see it over and over. Some people, they know you too well. And so now they want to see if this is really going to be life changing for you. They don't care about your business partners or other people. They want to see if it's working for you, because they know you and they're connected to you. And I will tell you that I've had a lot of friends and family that missed my number, my top level spots for that reason, but they still partnered because I never made them feel like, sometimes I've seen some people that will partner with me, right? And then they get frustrated and then they start posting stuff on Facebook like, I see y'all watching me, and that, like, negative, right? And so that's a turn off. But if you just keep on doing what you're doing, stay positive, stay at it, 6 months from now, they're gonna like, wait a minute. And Brandon, you gonna find this funny because, in this book, okay, in this book, your first year in network marketing, Mark Yarnell says that don't worry about your friends and family that reject you 6 months from the time that you approach them. Follow up with them, because guess what? Now you have paychecks. Now you have solid proof that this isn't just one of those things that works for everyone else except you, you know. And so keep yourself a notebook and make sure that you know when to follow up with people. Like I told you, Gina, if somebody say, look, I don't have the money right now, it's a week from now, I'm like, well, a week from today, or like, give me a date, and they'll say, oh, well, I get paid on August 9th or 7th. Like, okay, so I put August 7th down, and I put a reminder in my cell phone. And on August 7th, I'm like, yay, today is the day you getting started as a certified travel agent. And they're committed. They gave me that date, you know.
Mhm.
One gentleman, he told me a month ago, and I was like, you gave up on yourself? He was like, what? I was like, did you give up on your dream? Because, as far as I knew, you were a person of your word. And I mean, not everybody you can talk to like that, right? But based on the conversations that he and I had, I'm like, you just gave up. He was like, no, it's just that you have doubt. You have fear, you know. So all the things that you talked about that you're ready to change in your life, you're not ready. So let me know when you think you're going to be ready. And he signed up that day. But I really was telling him to let me know when he thought he would be ready, because some people, if they have that fear and that doubt, they will fail, because that fear and that doubt will come on board with them. And guess what? They're not going to go to Tuesday meetings because they're scared of what people are going to think. They're not going to tell anyone that they're in business for themselves, or they're in a network marketing company, because they're scared of what people are going to think. They're not going to follow any of the things that work because they're afraid. And then they quit, and then they say, it didn't work for me. You never worked. You never worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never did anything. Of course it didn't work for you. So what's been your experiences? I know this isn't new for you in the industry, Gina. Have you experienced some of those things as well?
Oh,
Oh,
or as
where's
what?
what? As far as, people coming on board and not really being coachable or teachable, and.
Um, yeah, I've like you said, everybody don't think like how we think, and so I don't know. I just out of all the business, I've done a lot of stuff, and out of all of them, this one makes the most sense to me. And I'm passionate about it. I think when you're passionate about something, it'll come off on other people, and they'll see your passion and your excitement. And
Mhm.
I think that's why I'm gonna be successful in this one. So, and I don't know. I'm starting to like y'all. Y'all are very friendly and supportive, and I appreciate that, because a lot of companies, business I've did also are not like one-on-one where it's, I can just reach out and ask a question and it can be answered. It take days, and by that time, it's over with. So, and I appreciate that. So, but yeah, people are negative, but I just stay positive. So,
I'm starting to like you too. And Brandon, I know this is your first time in the industry as well with me, so. Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, y'all have anything to add?
Not at this time.
Hey, did y'all enjoy our late night?
I did. I needed it. It was good.
Awesome, awesome. We have a midnight madness call that's happening right now. Oh yeah. See, I'm actually midnight this time, so I won't miss it. I'm on East Coast. Yeah. So we y'all have that information for that? Okay. Let me see what we got over here. And this is initiative again. It's all about the movement, you know. Everybody just coming together from different teams, and we put this call together, and it's been working. I think we've been doing this now for 2 weeks. The launch, the launch, and the midnight madness call. You have that phone number, Gina?
I thought I did. I don't. I'm looking for it on my phone. Not quite sure. Well, I put it there. If you don't, if you have it, I'll write it down while I have
It
it.
is 605 562 3130. Post it on Facebook real quick. And then the code is 980998.
Say the code one more time.
980998
Okay.
pound.
Yeah. Oh, I had a different number. Okay. About to call that one.
Mhm. Y'all stay up late too? I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I can't sleep through stuff and ideas running through my mind all night. So.
Yes, creative minds never rest. Never. I think I was asleep by 2 o'clock. I didn't even get to this hotel until late. I was super hungry. They felt so sorry for me, so they gave me a whole bunch of cookies. And they gave me free stuff out of the little snack room. I was like, I look hungry, don't I? I know, because I am. Gave me a free Dr. Pepper and everything. I was like, okay, okay. So, okay, I'm going to hop on the call. See
Okay.
y'all. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks to all the viewers. Bye.